Hey guys, what's up? It's Yu-Gi-Oh! Box here, and in this video we're going to Tavern. And I found one Magic player who reviewed his sleeves, and I also found one Yu-Gi-Oh! Sleeve review, but he only reviewed one or two brands in here, which I've only recently discovered, and I've been testing them a lot and I'm really happy with them. So yeah, without further ado, let's get going with the video. So the first sleeve that we're actually going to be talking about, if this thing, oh wow, so this is fucking me over. Alright, so the Konami sleeves themselves, sorry. So the first advantage of the Konami sleeves is that you get them as a prize support. Well, a lot of times, like the World Champion Qualifier sleeves and stuff like that, you get them as a reward for playing on tournaments, which means that you're actually getting them for free. And for free sleeves, they look really nice. They have the nice glare and stuff like that, and their quality is okay for free sleeves. So yeah, they have a really nice shuffle feeling, all of them. If you buy them in stores, the Yu-Gi-Oh! Sleeves from Konami themselves, or if you get them as a prize support, they're really nice. Oh, my doggy is feeling alone. I didn't know if you hear, but he was actually crying a little bit next to me. And he just farted, which is awesome. Okay, so the next pro about these sleeves is that they actually have Yu-Gi-Oh! Designs on them, which are really nice. As you see, the middle ones, the card sleeves, they actually look like a Yu-Gi-Oh! Card back, which is really nice. Also, you have things like the Chibi Yugi sleeves, which are really nice, and then of course the Blue Eyes White Dragon sleeves that are on the right. You actually have those, which are really nice. But preferably, if I would actually use Konami sleeves, I would go with the middle one, or the World Championship sleeves, which are really nice. They're well known because they're easy to find. If you go to a store which actually sells Konami Yu-Gi-Oh! Products, they will probably always have their own sleeves, from Konami. The two on the middle one and the right one are sleeves that you're pretty much going to find in every Yu-Gi-Oh! Card shop. So yeah. The first thing is, if you're going to be buying them, don't buy them because they are really bad quality. If you're going to a tournament with this, you're going to be playing 7 rounds in a big tournament. At the end of the tournament, your sleeves are going to be garbage and you can throw them away. They're really bad. They tear so easily, they bend so easily, the corners crack. They're so bad quality. And the next point is the same. They are really expensive for the quality that you're actually getting, because if I remember a card store that was actually selling them, you're going to be paying 5 or 6 euros for a pack, which is a lot of money if you compare them with Ultra Pros, which you're going to be paying between 3 and 4 euros, which are pretty much quality wise a bit better than the Konami sleeves. So the quality of those sleeves are really bad. But as I said, in the first point, at the pros, if you're winning them at tournaments and you get them for free, then they're actually good. So yeah, and the biggest downfall of all these sleeves is that you're only getting 50 a pack, which is idiotic if you think that Konami is actually the maker of the Yu-Gi-Oh! Card game, and they should know that every deck plays between 40 to 60 cards, and they have an extra deck of 15 cards, and they only are giving 50 sleeves. That's idiotic. All the other brands which are not from Konami, they give 60 sleeves. Well, most of them give 60 sleeves, and Konami itself only gives 50 sleeves. How stupid is that? That's just stupid, because if you go to a tournament, there are actually judges and head judges who are being, well, not annoying, it's their job, okay, I understand, but they say that your side deck and your main deck should be in the same sleeves, but then you're having a problem. I'm playing Monarchs most of the time, I still am, or Barrier Statues, as you can see in my other videos. I play a 40 card main deck and then 50 cards in the side deck, which is 55, and Konami is only giving 50 fucking sleeves. So if you want to play the deck like it should be, you should buy 2 packs instead of 1, just to play the damn fucking deck, which is so annoying. So yeah, that's why all these little reasons here, I'm only giving the Konami sleeves a 4 out of 10, because they just look awesome. That's the main thing. They look awesome and they have a nice shuffle feeling. The next sleeves on the list are the Ultra Pros. Everybody should know these sleeves. Ultra Pro is, I think, the biggest brand of card sleeves in the world. If I'm correct me if I'm wrong in the comment section, please. But in my opinion, well, I started playing Yu-Gi-Oh when I was 13 years old, and when I started playing the game, we played in Roeselare at the Black Border, and there was always Ultra Pro there. From when I started playing the game when I was 13, Black Border closed last year. Sad enough, but okay, there's a part of my youth gone, but okay, that's for another video if you want to. But in those 10 years, there always were Ultra Pro sleeves, very consistent. They were always there. You can go in, okay, a pack of Ultra Pros, please. There were always Ultra Pro sleeves. While if you look at the other brands, they were most likely like always sold out or on order or stuff like that, but Ultra Pro was always there, and that's the thing that I have at every store. If I go to Outpost in Ghent or in Antwerp or in Brussels, or there was one a few years ago in Ostende, when I go there will always be Ultra Pro. Doesn't matter, always, they will always have Ultra Pro. In every store they will have Ultra Pro. If you go to Ostende at Frankie's, there will always be Ultra Pro sleeves. In every store that I know there are Ultra Pros. So that's why I mean with well-known, they're pretty much like the biggest brand. So, and they're not really that expensive. As I said in the previous slide, for Ultra Pros you're pretty much going to be paying between 3 or 4, maybe 4.5 euros a pack, which is not that much if you compare it to some other brands. I also really like the shuffle feeling of Ultra Pros. There can be either the regulars, which are on the right image, and the mats on the left. I really like the shuffle feeling of those cards, and you also have a really huge amount of colors. If you just look at the Ultra Pro website or at Yu-Gi-Oh! Card Market or at TCG Market or stuff like that, you're going to see that Ultra Pros really have a huge amount of colors at their disposal. So yeah, for the bad things to say, I kind of misstated it here. I should not have said it's a bad quality sleeve, but they're just not as good as other brands, because these sleeves tear really easily. Like, but it has improved with the Pro Mat sleeves. It has improved, but if you're still getting like the Rider image, the regular sleeves, you're going to experience this a lot. So I was shuffling, and I used to shuffle it like it's really hard to explain, but I took took the whole deck in my right hand. Then on the bottom of the deck, I take a little pack of cards out and I put them on top, and then I push them like that. And what happens a lot is that my cards are actually hit the other cards, and then the sleeve just tore apart. That happened a lot to me over the last 10 years. If you guys want to know it, I'm 24 years old at the moment, so yeah, just to state that a bit. So I think that Ultra Pro sleeves should have been better quality. The Ultra Pro Mat sleeves improved a little bit, but they still have the same issue. Like if you're shuffling them sideways and sliding the card into each other, you're going to easily bend the corners or crack the sleeve itself. So that's what I say bad quality, but yeah, I shouldn't say that really much. But yeah, the next point, they have a cheap feel. Like, I don't know, if you just feel at the sleeve, they kind of feel cheap. Also, when you put your finger on the sides of the sleeve, you can kind of feel that they're not really cut 100% nice, and sometimes there are a lot of miscuts in the sleeves, and that's what I don't like about Ultra Pro sleeves. And the most annoying fucking thing of these shit sleeves are the fucking Ultra Pro dot logo. I freaking hate it. It's so annoying. Like when you have your cards in the sleeve and the fucking dot is on there and it hides 2 letters of the card name, that's freaking annoying. Oh, I hate it. Why do they do it? I don't understand. It's so annoying. And that's the main thing why I was actually starting to look for other card sleeves than Ultra Pros, because of the dot and their poor shuffling quality, damaging thingy-wingies. So yeah, I give Ultra Pro sleeves a 5 out of 10. And then I'm talking about the Pro Mats, just to tell you guys that if you're going for the regulars, then I would give them a 4 out of 10, as the same with the Konami sleeves. If you're getting the Pro Mats, yeah, 5 out of 10. They're really nice, they're not that expensive, and yeah, if you buy the sleeves, you can pretty much do like a tournament and a half, like 10 rounds with them, and then they pretty much will be done for. So yeah, that's Ultra Pro. For the next sleeves, we're going to be talking about KMC. KMC, pretty much everybody says. I have only had one pack of KMC, so I'm not going to be the professional talking about these sleeves, that they have awesome quality, and they also have two types of quality. You have hyper mattes and the regular KMCs. So I don't like the regular KMCs. I had them in the past. I really didn't like them. But then I was talking to people about sleeves, and they all said that the hyper mattes are the best sleeves they ever had. Okay, so I know that the regular KMC sleeves the quality was really nice, but I just didn't like them because they were really glossy and stuff like that. The back and the front were really glossy, and I didn't really like that just as a look. But with hypermattes, that should be fixed, and everybody says that it's the best quality sleeve that there is. So yeah, I just put it in that awesome quality. I do gotta admit, they really have a nice shuffle feeling when you're shuffling the deck. They're really their cuts really nice. So yeah, no really sharp edges and stuff like that. So yeah, also for KMC, you have a large amount of colors at your disposal. And they're also well known. So if you go into a card shop, they'll probably always have like 1 or 2 packs of KMCs. The most popular color, like black and white. They most have them at every shop. So yeah, downsides of these sleeves are these are very expensive. And I got it, well, expensive. Like, I'm not saying that €7 or €6 is a lot for me. I'm just saying it that for sleeves, these are expensive. Like, let's say you can do like 20 rounds of a tournament, like in total, like 20 rounds with hypermatte KMC sleeves, and you're paying €7 a pack. Well, I know a store which sells Ultra Pros for €3 a pack, which I can do like 10 or 12 rounds with, and that, if you calculate that, then the Ultra Pros will be the same but cheaper. So yeah, that's why I say that these are very expensive. Also, these are not that easy to find. As I just said, they're well known, but they're not easy to find. Like I just mentioned, like if you go to like a store that has them, they'll probably only have like 2 colors. And if you want to buy them online, you're going to be paying a lot of money because you need to pay like €4 or €5 extra for shipping on these sleeves. I was looking at them on Yu-Gi-Oh! Card Market, and they average sell about between €5.50 to €7.50 a pack, and you always need to calculate like €3.50 for shipping, so that becomes between €8 and €12 for a pack, which is a lot of money. So yeah, they're not that easily to find if you want the color. Like if you want, let's say, raspberry red or something like that. I'm just saying something, you know. I don't know if that even is a fucking color, I don't know. But you're not going to be finding that in your local card shop unless you ask them to order them. And what happens is they need to order it per like 100, and they will not do it for you. So yeah. Also, they're easily dirty, and that's something that I experienced myself at the regular sleeves. I don't know how it is with the matte sleeves, but I know for the regular sleeves that they were always getting dirty. Like, I don't have any examples left so that I can include in the video, but I can remember that when I bought the regular sleeves and I used them, I noticed that they're getting really sticky and dirty on the back after a couple of rounds. And that's why I placed easily dirty. They also collect a lot of dirt. Well, I don't really like these sleeves. Well, I don't really like sleeves that get dirty, but as a side point, that could also be improved with the hyper matte. So yeah, I give the KMCs a 6 out of 10, and this is not a 6 out of 10 for the hyper mattes because I didn't use them myself personally, so I cannot give them a score. But this is for the regular sleeves. For the regular sleeves, I'm giving a 6 out of 10, which is a lot. So if all the bad parts were fixed with going to hyper matte sleeves, then I got to admit that I would give them maybe like a 7 or 8 out of 10. So yeah. The next sleeves that we're going to be reviewing are Dragon Shield, and Dragon Shield is pretty much, they're okay quality sleeves. They're better than Ultra Pros, I got to admit that. You also have a huge amount of colors, really. They have like insane amount of colors. If you just look at their website, I think that you can order like between 25 to 35 different colors, which is insane. And they also have these themed sleeves, which are really nice. Like the right image that I placed here is like a dragon in blue. And some people really dig those things, like having dragons on their sleeves. And you can get a lot more. There were also like the honest look sleeves, and you also had sleeves like with anime girls or magic image on them, and that's really nice. That's something new and creative. If you want to have a unique type of sleeves on a tournament, just go get a pack of dragon shields, because they're okay quality, but on the downside they are rather expensive. So I'm not going to say they're as expensive as with KMC sleeves, but they're kind of up there as well. Like if you go to a store, you will be paying between 4 and 5 euros for a pack, and the biggest downside is that they also only give you 50 sleeves, as with Konami sleeves. They also give you only 50 sleeves a pack, which makes them expensive. So yeah, I don't like the shuffle feeling of these cards. They feel like they're cutting in your hand. They're really sharp on the sides and on the corners. I don't like that. And the same as with KMC, they get really dirty fast, and they really get sticky. Like everything just sticks on the back, because these have a really bad. They're like smooth, very smooth on the front and on the back, and really I just don't like it. Like a lot of dirt gets on there, and when you're playing and your opponent or you have like sweaty hands and stuff like that, your sleeves really get dirty fast. And that's why I'm never going to be buying dragon shields again, and I'm giving them only like a 4 out of 10. But if you're that type of player who's really into dragons and stuff like that, and you want to have a cool dragon art or a cool anime girl or stuff on the back of the cards, then you can go with dragon shield. That's okay. But if you want, yeah, I just don't like dragon shield sleeves. So for these sleeves, we're talking about Ultimate Guards, and I gotta admit, Ultimate Guards are my personal favorite. So they are the best quality sleeves in my opinion in the game at the moment, really. And everybody who still says that KMC is the best, they have never used Ultimate Guards before. I'm 100% sure of that. So you should really try these out, guys. Also, they're kind of easy to find. Well, most likely online at the moment, because here in Belgium, I don't know any store, as of what I know, that actually sells them in real life. So I think you will kind of need to go get them online on Yu-Gi-Oh! Card Market and stuff like that. They are really nice sellers. They have a large amount of colors, so I think they have between 10 and 15 colors. They also have 3 types of sleeves. So on the left you have the Ultimate Guard Supreme UX sleeves, which are their top of the line sleeves. Then you have the second type is the Ultimate Guard Supreme Matte sleeves, which are really nice. And then you have the regular sleeves, which I did not find a picture of, to be honest, and those are the lowest quality sleeves. So I got to admit, I'm using the Ultimate Guard Supreme Matte sleeves at the moment, and they are freaking insanely awesome. Really, I had one pack of Supreme UX, and when I first touched those sleeves, I was like kind of orgasmic, to be honest, because they are really nice sleeves. They are such an awesome quality, and my Monarchs are in those type of sleeves right now. So yeah, and I also, well guys, I took the Supreme Matte sleeves to the WCQ Regionals in Ghent 2 weeks ago, or 3 weeks, I don't remember. And I got to admit, I had 2 opponents who were actually asking me what type of sleeves these are, because they feel so awesome and they shuffle so nice. They do not cut you in your hand, they don't break at the corners. That's really nice. So yeah, what I do have is that the fronts of those sleeves are kind of getting bubbly and wavy after like 2 or 3 weeks of use, and that the UX sleeves do not have that. They stay smooth and stuff like that. So if you're actually looking for good sleeves, then really go check out Ultimate Guard. They also have deck boxes and play mats and stuff like that, so that's pretty freaking insanely awesome. I already talked about the awesome shuffle feel of these cards, but they're kind of expensive. I got to admit it to you guys. If you're looking for the Supreme UX sleeves, you're going to be paying between 6.5 to 8.5 euros per pack, which is about $7 to $10. But the Supreme Mats are also really nice quality. They pretty much have the same price point as Ultra Pro, which is not bad, between 3.5 and 4.5 euros, which is pretty okay if in my opinion. You also get 60 sleeves in a pack, which is also really good. So yeah, and that's pretty much it, you guys. So I just wanted to review these type of sleeves. In my opinion, the best sleeves at the moment in the whole Yu-Gi-Oh card game are the Ultimate Guard sleeves. I really want to congratulate them because they're rather new. I think they're like, well, they're not such an old company, and they really did an awesome job with their sleeves and stuff. Also, their playmats are really nice, so go check them out. They did not pay me for anything in this. I'm just going to, this is an honest buyer review of everything. Yeah. So yeah, guys, that's pretty much it. I really hope I helped you guys a little bit on your search for your next pack of sleeves. If you learned something in the video, please comment below or like the video, or subscribe to the channel to stay updated for what I do and what I don't do. So yeah, guys, that's pretty much it. Yu-Gi-Oh Box signing off.